Another fantastic opportunity has come your way where you can watch our forever ongoing campaign, Rise of Ashtarak. Yeah, it's a game that we've been playing for a few months now during the lockdowns and the pandemic to keep ourselves busy, DM'd by Matt. We've got a few sessions left, so we've decided to record them and share the remaining hours with you. I hope you all enjoy it. Please like and subscribe. More content coming your way. And yeah, thank you very much for viewing. And you're back in the room.
Huzzah.
Cool. So last time you were on a bit of a cliffhanger, basically, because you had all done a brief trip into Feywilds to try and find this third item that you'd been recommended to find to help you with your quest against Ashtarak. You succeeded pretty easily in finding the item in question after going on a unicorn hunt. See the previous episode for more. And you are now back in the camp, the camp that is where this mysterious lady, Wanda, recommended or helped you to go into the Feywild and has basically given you some guidance along the way. So why did that stop sharing?
I don't even know. No,
it says most disabled participant screen sharing.
I touched nothing. It just came up screen share disabled.
Don't worry, that's probably my crappy laptop. So last time you were all kind of left with a decision. So Wanda advised you that these three items that you have to kind of bind yourself to them, and once someone has binded themselves to them, then no one else can get the same benefits from this item. So it's a case of who is going to get what. You still don't quite know what each item does. That's something that will be revealed once you've kind of grown this connection to it. But you've got to decide who's going to take away what. And that's where we left off.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this.
I know.
Question: how many more artifacts is there?
None.
I think I took the bow, didn't I? Because we established my dex as the highest out of everybody's.
You had the dexterity for using the bow because Tahr really didn't need it.
That sounds very accurate.
And you lost your weapon as well.
Yeah, I lost my weapon.
You left your coward, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I left it in. Oh.
The coward's in the plane, and we can't go back because that's it, gone. No more.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was between me and Brodie over the sword because we were like, does the fighter have the sword to make it wonderful, or does the barbarian cleric take it?
And who's gonna go get
while raging, and then that just leaves the amulet.
Oh, Tahr, you got the broom of flying back as well.
Oh, nice.
You borrowed it and didn't give it back.
Even
though I borrowed it from you.
Broom of flying. 1.
So yeah, okay, so if sorry, he's not here to argue with me. I'm keeping the sword.
Of course you are.
He's having a week off. It's mine. Sorry, Surya. It's mine.
What was the bow called?
It was. Once I check my notes.
A lady.
I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
I did hear a lady.
Yes, that'll be Abby.
I thought I heard a putty tat.
Right. Swore I wrote it down. I'm going to check my online notes instead. Hang on. I can tell you that the amulet was the amulet of Armanata. Yes. The sword was the sword of Lathander. And the bow is
Does the sword of Lathander, does it actually exist, or is it homebrew?
You know what I'm like with my homebrew stuff.
Fair. I won't bother going to look for it then.
No, the bow was called I'm going to try and pronounce this. The bow of Angarath, which is a elven deity.
Angarath, eh? Angry revenge.
The Amulet of Armanata, Sword of Lathander, Bow of Angarath. All three deities, what they have in common is they are good. Not all lawful or neutral, but they are all good, and they are known for one of the things they're associated for is like light or life. They all have that kind of common thread.
And where are we now? So we're back at the tent, yeah?
Yeah, trying to figure out if we want to sell bond to him.
We're literally sitting around arguing about who takes all the magical stuff now. So, I honestly believe that. I think that Brodie should take the sword, just because he's the warrior. But
yeah, give him the sword.
He's the fighter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've done a lot of work on your hammer, so.
Actually, that's a fair point. I spent ages trying to get that +1 on my hammer.
Yeah, exactly. So.
You don't want any more homebrew stuff in your inventory, do you?
No, I'm still rattling. I'm carrying more crap than an artificer at the minute. Ching, 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 ching. Yeah, that's right. I'll happily give up. I'll happily give up the longsword to Brodie then.
Do we get have we had a long rest as well? We just assume we've had one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's say because you leveled up, that's kind of reset everything. So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right, Brodie is taking the sword back then. As he's the fighter, he should have the sword. I mean, raging it might have been interesting, but
Surely you can just like chuck you the sword though, or was it? Oh no, you said it was bound.
no, it's one of those.
Bound,
Once
yeah.
you're attuned to it, that's
Yeah.
And I'm intrigued as to what this symbol of Amanata does. This amulet.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell bond to it if you want.
Well, no, because I mean, I've got magic and I've got rage, and I've created him to carry. So I quite happily. Do we reckon the symbol of Amanata is magical?
Yeah, just make a goddamn decision, man.
Ron, don't you start talking to me like that, all right? You silly. I cast light on Ron's hair.
Oh, shit.
You asked for one.
Don't argue with me, right? Just start sacred flaming your ass. I don't know.
Oh, come on. What are you going to do?
All right, look, you're part of the team. You can make a decision too.
Yeah.
I've given up the sword. I've got the amulet. Do we reckon the amulet is going to be good in the cleric barbarian's hands, or do you give it to the magician, Debura?
Give it to
Give it to the magician.
Yeah, he's a magician, isn't he? So,
Yeah,
I'm a warlock,
but then again...
You're a magician.
Oh, no, yeah, he's not. He's a bit... Warlocks are a bit dodgy, aren't they?
They definitely are. Every warlock. 2 of them behind you.
I reckon you should keep it then.
All right, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Fine. Symbol of Amanata's mine.
Sorry, guys. There's shit literally everywhere. I'll be right back.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He's got a dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just thought.
Well, I wasn't thinking.
Oh, man.
Thinking that he's missing shit on the floor.
Could have been a plumbing problem.
Bren, come quick!
Oh, God's sake.
Sorry.
Dog in a flat.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna We're going to take a brief break while our player clears up some poop. Becca, and we're back in the room.
Right.
So we basically now made the decision that the sword's gone to Brodie, the bow's gone to Ron, and the amulet has gone to me.
Oh, did you decide to take the honourable decision?
I tried to give it away. I got told to keep it.
What, the sword?
Oh no, the sword goes to Brodie
Hmm.
because he's the fighter. You know, he should be the one hand to hand. Sensible decision, I think.
Well, I think it makes sense that the cleric has at least one of the items because, you know, it's they produce some sort of light or whatever you said, Matt.
Oh, speaking of light, I turn Ron's afro off.
Just sitting there like, fuck my life.
And radiant.
So you guys 100% sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's roll for it.
What we're rolling for?
No, I'm only joking.
So after giving you plenty of time to deliberate, because it is a difficult decision, you approach Wanda.
Is there a fucking hurricane coming through somebody's room or something?
And as you say that, it stops.
Sorry to interrupt you there. What is that? Has anyone got a window open or?
Thought it was mine, but it's not because I was on mute when it started again.
Yeah, it's
Probably
something.
me again. It's always me with the tech.
Usually is, yeah. Usually is.
Yeah.
Probably something all of you can hear that's internal and I can't hear.
Oh, it might be this fan blowing on my mic.
But you've got a new webcam. We'll get you a new mic as well, just so you know.
Oh, there it goes again.
We'll manage. We'll be here all
What does it sound
night.
like?
Oh,
It literally sounds like somebody's going.
yeah.
Right, hang on. Tell me if you can hear it.
No.
Good. That's fine.
Can't hear it.
Can you hear it now?
No.
We'll do
Okay.
that. Next time it starts, Matt, just mute yourself instantly. We'll tell you.
Okay.
If you can't hear it, it's you.
Okay. Right, so after you've all gone and made your decision, you go to Wanda and you explain who is going to be taking what. And she basically directs you or asks you to follow her to a quiet part of the town, out of the way of everything else. And with the three of you, she sits down in the middle of a small grove in the middle of the forested area around the town. And she asks the three of you to sit down as well. So the three of you take a seat around, just in the circle. And she says, for this to take place, for this to fully work, you need to clear your minds, clear your heads completely.
Done.
And you need to lay in front of you the object with which you wish to bind yourself to. So you have Brodie that puts the sword down in front of him, Ron the bow, and Albran the amulet. And she sits cross-legged with her hands on her thighs and says, the process is long, but it is not arduous. It does take a long time. So I would ask that you stay patient, and even if you don't feel anything, believe me, if you're here and if you're concentrating on nothing but the item, then it will take effect. And she says, whenever you're all ready, we will begin. So you kind of do whatever it is you need to do. Just kind of take a deep breath and you sit. There isn't really much to the process itself. Again, it is a very straightforward, in essence, thing. It's about stillness, it's about quiet, it's about patience, and it's about thinking about one solitary thing, which is what you wish to bind yourself to and being in close proximity to it. It affects the three of you slightly differently. So for the most part, you don't feel anything, but you might feel the odd twinge here and there. You might feel, something unexplainable, either in your heart or in your gut or in your mind. And you start to feel an energy emanating from the item itself. Because it is quite a long process, Debura and Tahr, this is going to take them the better part of like a half day, like an 8-10 hour process. Is there anything that you can or would wish to do during this time?
This is my chance to get a pet that is not the crab.
Wrong with the crab?
I turned my back for one session. Admittedly, it might have been a couple more than one session, but
It was a key session.
but I just ended up with a one bloody hit point damaging crab.
Hey, don't blame us. Blame the dice.
Look, all I'm saying is this seems like a ripe opportunity, and that was very coincidental.
I mean, I don't want to rub it in, Bren, but in one shot, Matt managed to get a better pet than you did.
Well, exactly.
Oh yeah.
He had a wild boar. It was interesting.
Took everything out.
It really did.
VP.
If I've done any reading, it's been about how your pet is meant to be able to do more damage than you, and I'm just sitting there going, my crab can't do more than one hit point of damage.
Just haven't unlocked its full potential yet.
You had to bond with it. Join the session. And think of the crab.
Patience is a virtue.
So I'd like to look for a new pet.
So I do think it's changed a little bit, the process, because I mean, I don't know whether this was some kind of Mandela effect or whatever, but I seem to recall when we first looked into it, you had to have like so much gold and herbs and spices and stuff. And, it was still an 8-hour thing, but it was a lot more complicated. I think they've amended it a little bit. Essentially, you still take 8 hours to find a beast companion, and what you do in that time, it's up to you to kind of, dictate. But you basically go off and you come back and you have a medium-sized beast, which is a challenge rating of 1/4 or lower, and I can get you a list of what those things are. But basically, once you've got that, when you're in combat, it acts on your turn and you don't use an action to command it to do something. So I can try and find exactly what it is you can get. I mean, I know you're looking for a panther. So would you say you're still looking at that if possible, or would you be looking at anything different?
I would go for a panther.
Okay.
What about a slightly bigger crab?
Yeah. A dog would be better than the damn crab.
Don't diss the crab.
Go for a big dog.
Don't diss Mr. Snips.
There is,
Mr. Snips is going to be cooked alive.
Oh, no.
You're going to be having crab rolls at the end of this when you.
I'll adopt him.
Poor Snips.
Yeah, that's sushi.
yeah.
I'm allergic to crabs.
Are you?
Well, all brand is.
Oh, about to say. And then Neo,
I
Maybe.
hate food.
seafood.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a bunch of things you can get. I mean, I'm going to see if there's an easier list to rattle off, because this is all done by challenge rating. It's not saying what's what. But I mean, just to list off a few things you can have, which I'm sure are beasts. Obviously,
Chicken.
you've got, like wolves. You've got Panther is a quarter, so you can use a panther. You can get a giant wolf spider, giant poisonous snake, giant owl, giant lizard, giant frog, giant centipede, giant bat, giant badger, an elk, boar.
The giraffes.
Did you just say an elk?
An elk.
Hang
yeah.
on a second. Just Googling elk to make sure. Yes, I want one of those. I want an elk.
He wants a moose.
Yeah.
Okay. Essentially, that's what that is like a deer or a moose kind of thing. Cool. I mean, how would you go about doing it? What would the process be that Tahr would take? How would you kind of do this?
Yeah, moosey, moosey, moose.
I would display a perhaps surprising amount of kinship with the moose, and would sort of, approach it very carefully, and then because Tahr's got favoured enemies with beasts, so he kind of used that skill to be able to sort of approach it and even sort of gently talk to it, and then just walk with it for a while. Let's say 8 hours, until finally they've bonded to the point where ELK is willing to fight by his side.
Okay.
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 Put a lot of thought into the name. I like it.
So, yeah, I mean, that happens. So you disappear into the woods and you do your thing, and then you do manage to bond with this elk that you find in the woods, and you just immediately get this bond, and you start to kind of grow it, gain its trust, and then, yeah, you start to make your way back towards the small village. I am sending you in the group chat stats for elk, so you've got that for if you want to use it in combat. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad because it's got a couple of attacks. So yeah.
Look at that constitution.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's good.
This is the sort of pet that I was looking for.
A charge.
Yeah, it looks just like a panther.
You could call it panther.
I should have called it panther, but it's called ELK.
Oh, I mean, brilliant.
So yeah, proud owner of a new elk. And Debura, is there anything that you can or wish to do during the downtime?
Well, because remember that conversation we had privately about, changing some spells around.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be probably like do it for 8 hours talking to my to the fiend to go just doing that, learning new spells and all that. Fire.
So you kind of find maybe a quiet space, find a way to, similarly to the others, kind of meditate and speak with your patron, and you kind of plead with it and implore with it that what you're about to do requires more power and more strength, and you kind of beg him to give you this power so that you can succeed in what it is you're about to undertake. And being the fiend, we can kind of say that maybe he kind of chuckles a little bit. He is malevolent. He isn't exactly the nicest of patrons to have, but he does kind of, he sees by doing you this favor, it puts him above you still. So he does give you these new abilities, gives you this extra power, and he does kind of let you know that there may be a time that he might ask for something in return, so you need to prepare yourself for that with what he's done for you. But you resign to that, and you now, when you come back, feel rejuvenated, and you feel like you have more firepower, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really weird. I can just imagine him walking around the woods scanner, just kind of going pew 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 pew.
Practice shots.
I'm gonna go burn my stealth slots.
Cool. So yeah, obviously everyone is keeping busy during this time. I suppose for Debura and Tahr more, because Albran, Brodie, and Ron are kind of in a trance almost, so they're kind of unaware of their surroundings. But you do start to feel as time goes on that even though it's not necessarily evening time, you can start to feel that there is a kind of feeling in the air that's creeping over you. There is a bit of a... It's difficult to describe. It's something to do with the climate. It feels like the air pressure drops. It feels like it gets colder without it necessarily feeling cold. You just have almost like an indescribable chill up your back. And the sky does darken a little bit. Doesn't get cloudy, but it does seem like almost as though a dimmer switch has been dropped a little bit. And you don't pay too much mind to that, but you do kind of feel that something isn't quite right as time goes on. But time does pass, and each of you take care of what you need to do, going off and you know, finding elks, speaking to demons, bonding with inanimate objects. And after Albran, Ron, and Brodie have gone through this meditation, without realizing quite how much time has passed, you all almost all of a sudden at the same time come out of what felt like a bit of a dreamlike state. It took a little while to get into the swing of things, because for some of you it wasn't really something you were used to doing, but after a little while you fell into this trance, and now that you're back, it's like you feel different. You don't quite know how, but you do feel like whatever it was that this item or this weapon was holding within it, you now know how to access it. You know now how to use it to its fullest extent. So what I will do while we go through this bit is I will drop to the two of you that are here the stats of what you've got in a chat, so that you can jot that down rather than verbally listing everything off. So bear with me as I do this. So you come back to reality, and you realize that Wanda is still in this trance, and you're not quite sure whether to wake her or not. You just kind of, you know, look at her, look at each other, kind of like in front of her eyes that are closed. Nothing happens. And you kind of feel like, oh, maybe we should go. But all of a sudden she kind of jolts out of this trance, and she starts breathing really heavily. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't quite know what happened, but it seems like in the time that we've been here, something has changed and things have become that much dire. I don't feel like he's here, but I feel like Ashtarak is close. And I feel like we must make haste. So we need to be on the move as quick as possible. And she takes you from this area where you were sitting, and you kind of all come into the middle of the camp together, all five of you rejoin. And Wanda looks at the five of you and says, I feel a disturbance. It feels like something isn't quite right, and I feel like time is of the essence, and I feel like if never before, now is the time that you must make your move and you must head towards Ashtarak. I feel like we don't have much time.
Right, you and the old lady that be gone.
Shit, let's go, man.
Well said, Ronald.
Can I mount ELK?
Maybe behind closed doors, but
You mean
children.
I knew you'd go there. I don't mean in that way. I
hell you
mean,
are.
I want to know if ELK is a possible mode of transport for me.
He is, yeah. You can jump on top and ride. There's no easy way to say it. You can ride him, yes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you can ride him if you wish to.
So I slap ELK on the thigh and I go like, "Come on, then!" And I jump on top. Let's get going.
Shit, man, you got issues.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that time that you rode that golden lion across? That was fun. I bet you're not going to be able to do that again.
Hey, I've got him with me.
I know, but it still hasn't been a week.
It's close. It's close.
He's taken us bloody 6 months and we still haven't played a week.
Yeah.
So as you all start to kind of pack up, you again get the same sort of feeling that you had before. It's almost like a chill down the spine. It's almost like someone walked on your grave. You can't quite explain what it is. But just before you leave town, heading, well, north or south, it's up to you. But you start to head out of town and you hear a voice. And it's some voice that you kind of recognize, but you can't quite place where it was from. And it's a very distinguished voice, a bit cocky. And you hear him say, "I knew you five. There were 4 of you when I last saw you, but I knew that you were destined for great things. So bravo. And you turn, and Debura won't recognize this person per se, but it is someone who the 4 of you do recognize. You last met him on an isle outside of a keep, and last you saw, he dropped a giant bat creature in front of you. And this is someone who is, well, he's involved with Ashtarak, but you're not quite sure how. And he's just kind of standing there. He looks elven, but you're not quite sure whether he's full elf or half elf. He's got long brown hair slicked back behind his ears, and he's wearing very fine clothing, almost like aristocratic clothing. And he's standing with his hands behind his back, and he's got a bit of a cocky smile on his face. And as you turn around, he just says, "Well, it looks like you gathered everything that you need. So I suppose you're going to be making your way towards the master then now."
Hey, yo, it's this crazy motherfucker from the keep, man.
Sounds like the old man.
No.
Ain't no old man.
No, the guy
Man.
we met just outside the keep as we were leaving.
Yes, and he gave that giant bat creature thing for us to smash in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got a bone to pick with you, you piece of shit. And I throw the bat which I've got in my pocket at him. They're still there. These are from your bastard creature. Take these, you fucker.
What were they?
The bat fangs. I'm still carrying.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure me and Brodie took them off you because you were hoarding too much stuff.
Took my bear fangs. You got the bear ones. I kept the bat ones. My random teeth.
I think
Yeah,
they're in a
right,
dungeon
this is
somewhere.
what's left of your bat, you bastard. I'll throw them in.
I didn't expect it to stop you. I just expected it to slow you down and maybe amuse you a little bit. It was more of a challenge, really, just to see what stuff you were made of. But you've overperformed. You've outdone yourself. Well done. I did expect you to make your way here eventually, and I just thought I'd let you know that you haven't got much longer before you get to meet the master. Those loyal to him are now preparing everything, so I'd expect another day or 2, and he'll come and greet you personally. In fact, and as he says this, his eyes roll into the back of his head.
Cool.
And there is a assortment of clouds that appear over his head, and they almost form into the shape of a face. Think kind of like Mufasa and Lion King, but much more terrifying. And You can't quite make out what the person or the thing looks like, but you can tell it's like a face of someone. And from this fellow who's come and met you comes a really loud, booming voice. And he says, and I'm not going to do the voice because Lex is asleep, but he says, "Time is of the essence. You have not much longer. If you wish to make your move, come and meet me at my home. I leave you with a gift to remember me by in case you can't make it." And then the clouds, as soon as they formed, dissipate completely. And all of a sudden, behind you in the town, there is a lot of commotion. You're not quite sure what it is, and you're not quite sure what it's coming from, but you start to turn around a bit, kind of, because this guy is still in front of you, so you're not quite sure what he's going to do. So you kind of turn around, and you can see that the villagers in the town, randomly, the villagers, have all just started to attack each other. Not all of them, but some of them. Some are just kind of holding their hands up, while others have got pitchforks or axes, and they're hacking away and piercing these other villagers who are completely confused and completely taken aback by what it is that's going on. And, there are, families fighting amongst each other. There are women fleeing with kids into the woods. And it looks as though there are about 2 or 3 dozen people who have almost become overcome with rage, madness, whatever it is. And weirdly enough, some other people who have come enraged, who up until now you almost forgot about, were the other 3 traveling companions that were with you. 2 of them, at least. You have the Git, and you have Timelda, the half-orc, who have all of a sudden turned on their companion. And this guy is like a small kind of weaselly guy anyway, and you can just, as you look, you can kind of see him just with his hands up and almost like pleading, and then all of a sudden this half-orc's axe just lops off the head completely.
Oh, Timelda, what have you done?
I knew she was my kind of lady.
What sort of cleric are you?
Not really sure. I think the barbarian bit taking over, hanging around with you guys too much.
Yeah, you say that. I'm the one who went chaotic neutral.
Everyone's contaminated.
Yeah.
So, as this is all going on, the guy that was standing in front of you, just kind of with this smile on his face and his hands behind his back, just kind of winks and says, "Have fun. We'll see you soon." And disappears into a mist and just...
Damn it!
Shit.
And
I just add to the frustration of the group with my elk wailing in frustration, because this is what they sound like. Hang on.
He's in there. Oh my god.
They're so high.
That was really good. Well done.
Thank you. I tried really hard. Yeah.
So,
You tell it, Elky! Attack!
Elky is going to become a great character.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, yeah.
So-
What Elky said.
So what happens is you have Gregory and Timelda, who are kind of by the fire here, having just chopped off their friend's head, and they now turn their attention to the 5 of you. So this is where we roll for advantage.
Advantage?
Initiative.
That one.
Oh, I've been waiting for this shit. Fuck this dude. Fuck you, Gregory.
Yeah, Oh,
Wrong
not
of me to say.
don't hurt my lady. Oh, my poor lady.
All right. 16.
Start as we mean to go on. Yay! Back to normal.
Right, before everyone shouts out what they got, give me 1 second. Right. We'll do it the standard way. Anyone get over 20? Good. 15 to 20?
16.
Okay. 10 to 15.
10.
Okay, I'm liking this.
I got 10 actually as well.
Okay. What's your dex modifiers?
Plus, what is it? +3.
3.
0.
So unless you want to swap it around, Ron would normally go first over Debura then. Albran, what did you get?
0.
0.
So that one with a -1.
That'll be that one with a -1. 0.
And what he said, he hasn't got a sheep. So should we leave Brodie out of this, or what do we do?
No, that's what Cecilia said.
Just put him in it, and we're just we pretty much know we've been fighting alongside him for a while, so we know what he's got.
We could just say that he's strapped onto the back of ELK and he's been having a long dwarven nap.
Yeah, I'm massively interested to what the sword does, but yeah, cool. Let's. Yeah.
Okay.
He's petrified. He can't move. He's terrified. It's fine. The 4 of us will be able to take these 2 down anyway.
Well, we could like put his arm holding the sword across ELK's antlers, if you want to
Yeah.
use the effect.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We could say he's passed out, and we could say if ELK makes an attack, then it's like a sword swipes at someone else as well, because he's laid across and he's got. As ELK turns, it's just kind of like that.
Oh, I've seen that.
ELK gets a bonus for having Brodie strapped to his back. There you go.
I love it.
That'll work.
It's advantage.
What colour do you want for ELK?
For ELK?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'd like to go for sort of a golden brown, really, with the hint of caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just give you brown.
Okay. Well, that seems fair.
I haven't got many options. Okay, so these 2 at the bottom, Gregory has on his face a mad look to him. Again, his eyes are kind of, not the whites of his eyes, but they are kind of spaced out, like pupils are completely dilated, has a huge grin on his face, and just you can see like veins popping in his temples. Temelda looks to be incredibly angry, like, more than just a kind of rage of a barbarian, but looks very angry. So they move a little bit closer to you guys. We're going to say that every 2 squares is 5 feet as usual.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh yeah, he'll be able to move there. Okay. So he's going to run up to Debura, and he is going to try and hit him with a longsword for 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So he's going to hit you once for 13 damage.
Bloody hell.
And then he is going to take another swipe at you with the sword. Natural 20.
Bloody hell.
But he's so squishy.
For 17 damage. Now, Tamalda is in a kind of rage-like state, and what you can see, it's a little bit different from a kind of traditional barbarian where they're all about hack and slash, is you can almost kind of see that there are two ghosts standing either side of her, humanoid in shape, but you can't make out any features, but they're about the same height as her, and you can see kind of vestiges of armor, and they're holding a weapon, but they are intangible. But that basically, that's all you can see. You can't quite tell who or what these things are. She runs towards Albran,
Damn, I forgot to say.
and she is going to try and hit him with a very large axe. She's got a 9 on the first one. It's going to make a second attack,
Don't hit me, I love you.
which is a... Oh, that's terrible. It's going to hit. It's like 24. So she comes bearing down on you with this giant axe for 14 damage.
Dang, but I loved you. Stop hitting me.
And I am going to check one thing very quickly. I think that's all they can do, or all they will do for now.
So 6 charges for Sunbeam.
Yeah, that's pretty much all they're going to do for now. They both have this kind of crazy, wild look on their face still. So it's almost like they've kind of thrown all caution to the wind, and they've just come bearing down towards you guys. So that is their turn. So who's first?
Little.
I can't tell if he's there because all I can see is an elk.
Sorry, did you say my name there? Sorry, I think you cut out when you said that goes first. So I didn't realize you said my name.
No, that's fine.
Cool. You need to guide me a little bit about how ELK is going to play in here. So
Okay, so what you can do is on your turn, it says that you don't use an action, so it's like a free action. You can command her, him.
I think it's a her, you know.
I thought
she seems like a warrior.
So you can command her what to do. So that stat block will tell you what to do. I mean, at present, she is probably 10 feet away from the barbarian, probably closer to 20 or 25 feet away from the other guy. Easily move to hit either of them.
Well, why don't we have her charge at the other guy? So if the elk moves at least 20 feet straight towards a target and then hits it with a ram attack on the same turn, the target takes an extra 7, which is 2d6's damage.
Yeah, that's cool. So what you do is you roll for the ram attack. So you roll d20 plus 5 to it, see what you get.
14, so that is plus 5, so 19.
19's enough to hit him. So you roll 1d6 and add a 3 to it.
4.
4, okay. And then, yeah, because he charged, you can roll another 2d6 and see what the damage is.
An extra 5.
Okay, cool. So ELK comes storming in towards Gregory upon your command, rams him with these large horns, and because of the speed, does a little bit more damage than if they were stationary. I have to roll a strength saving throw for him, which he passes. So he doesn't quite get knocked down, but he does stumble a step or two back from the force of this large animal ramming into his side.
Don't forget about the Brodie's sword.
Brodie's sword, okay. So do you want to, let's say he's using the swords that I've given him, because I've got the stats here. Just because you're in charge of ELK, do you want to roll a d20 to see if he hits?
He's got a 10.
10. I think that will hit, because I think, hang on. 4, 10. I think his strength is strength +4 or +5? Hang on, +4. That one will miss then. So we can kind of say that while ELK runs in, this guy who's enraged and maddened, he can see this this blade comes swinging from the side of this elk, and he does step to the side just to avoid it. Kind of the blade catches the side of his armor, but it's too thick to pierce through and do any major damage.
Love it.
So you've pretty much got your whole turn as well. So you can basically move, attack, bonus action, do what you
So
want.
I'd like to cast Hunter's Mark on Melda, and I will go for the Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh wait, can I do that? Because that's another bonus action.
So you can use a bonus action. So you can either cast Hunter's Strike, or you can cast Hunter's Mark or Zephyr Strike.
I'll go for Hunter's Mark then, and I'll just go for a double short sword attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In which case, that is a 1d6 + 2 times 2.
So what was your attack to hit?
To hit, it's
So what did you roll on d20?
12.
Okay, 12 is a miss. But you do get an extra attack as a ranger at 6th level, so you can try and hit with a short sword again.
Yeah, 16.
Okay, 16 does hit.
All right. And that is a 5.
Okay, so 5 from the sword, and then the Hunter's Marked her, you can do an extra d6 damage.
Nice. Okay, so that is that's a 1.
Okay.
But the swords are +2, d6 + 2.
1d6 + 2. Yeah, that's fine. So the d6 and then add 2 to whatever that is. So
So that would make it 6 and 3.
so on the Hunter's Mark, it will just be the d6.
Okay. D6 and 1 then.
Yeah.
Sorry, that is 6 and 1.
Yeah. Cool. Have you got 2 short swords as well, or have you just got the one? I'm sure
I've got 2.
So you can do another attack then. So you can roll d20 again to try and hit.
It's 11.
Okay. That one does miss then. But you did manage to hit her once for 7 damage, so that is cool. And then did you want to move from where you are? You're not quite in melee. Well,
I'll go up. No, I'll kind of stay the fuck put. I think I'm gonna use my rifle next.
okay. That's fine. Then Ron is next.
Oh shit, son! I'm gonna go straight in with where's Gregory, that motherfucker?
The one that's in me in the purple.
Yeah, he's nearest to you.
Oh shit, right. So I'm gonna approach Gregory. I'm gonna go straight in with a flurry of blows. Fucking bitch.
Like nobody likes to get.
21, first one. and 17 second.
Okay, they're both hit.
You damn right, son. So that's 7, 14 damage, and I'm going to knock him prone. So you've got to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh shit! Fell off the table. 19.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so you succeed. I'm now going to run. I'm going to run towards the red tent as far as I can.
Okay.
Take it. Take it. Take it.
What's your speed?
45.
Bloody hell.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That'll do.
Yeah.
You're in the fucking tent.
Just by the tent, yeah.
You can go pretty much here.
Roger. And now I'm going to take my action. So I'm going to bust out the bow of Angarath. And I'm going to shoot this motherfucker. Shoot Gregory. So was it? Let's see if I can hit this bitch. Oh no. Only for a 12.
12 is a miss, I'm afraid.
Shit. All right.
That run is what it feels like.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, that was such an anticlimax. It's horrendous. Fucking, I was hoping to down him with that.
It's such high aspirations
I
from
know.
so far away.
I thought it was going to be like a sniper, but nope.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Twang!
Damn. I ain't never used a goddamn bow before, man. What the fuck do you expect?
Tahr's just in the corner going, I never listen. They laughed at me.
Easy no said. Can't disrespect me and my Avenger.
So that's you, yeah?
Yeah, done.
Okay. Debura, you're up.
Well, I'm going to go grab him by the throat and cast Vampiric Touch.
Mm-hmm.
While spitting out blood. $15 plus 8. So that's 23.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
That's 3d6. 6. 6. 4. 12.
16.
4. That's 16. Yeah, that's 16.
Okay. So as you do this, you can see Tamelda see from the corner of her eye you doing this to her partner, and she kind of moves her arm like this, and one of these spirits that's next to her goes towards both of you and somehow kind of gets in the middle of you to a degree, so it reduces the amount of damage he takes by 2. You still heal the same hit points, but he just takes 2 less damage. So that was really worth it on my part.
So I gain 8 if I could do my maths.
Excuse me.
Yes. 8 hit points back to you, 14 damage to him. So, yeah. Did you have any bonuses? Anything else you wanted to do?
I don't want to use my last spell slot to cast Misty Step. I don't want to use that yet. So yeah, that'll be at my turn.
Okay. Albran.
Cool. My amulet, does it take the same amount of so it's an action to cast one of these, right?
Yeah, per turn you can choose one of those options.
Cool. And like if the spell is an action or a bonus action, it still casts exactly the same.
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to going by how crap everybody's flipping rolls were. I'm going to cast Bless. Unfortunately, Ron's fucked off and I can't reach him. So I'm going to cast Tahr, Debura, and fuck it, ELK. Can have my Bless. So you get a D4 to add on any of your attack rolls, lads.
And ladesses.
What?
My ladesses. And I cast a spell without using a spell slot. That's good, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah. And I think can't cast another spell. Can do a cantrip. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do a cantrip or hit her with my hammer. Oh, stuff it. She hit me. I'm going to hit her back. I'm going.
But you love her.
I don't know. I'm just trying to work out because bless is an action I think to cast. It is not a bonus action. Great. So now my bonus action. Can't cast another spell. I haven't got a cantrip to use. Yeah, bollocks. That's the end of that. End of turn. Wow, that was poo.
Okay. So, I mean, that's round one. So moving on to the next round then. Gregory is going to do.
Oh, because I can't cast another spell. Don't worry. Carry on. I got myself all excited then.
Gregory is going to do two things. He is going to try and hit Debura again for an 18.
It's
which will deal. I had this last time. I keep losing my dice. Right. Which will deal 7 damage.
Cool.
And then he's also going to turn around and try and hit ELK.
Whoa.
Oh. That's not cool, man. That's not cool.
No, that's not cool.
For 9 to hit.
9?
Damn, this motherfucker just joined the clan.
The shit does he think he's doing? All right, well, you know.
No, that was 9 to hit, not 9 damage.
Yeah.
No, 9 to hit. It doesn't touch her.
Right.
Oh,
She's got an armor class of 10 because she doesn't fuck around.
So yeah, he takes a swipe.
Also, she sounds like this.
Oh wow.
Sounds like a wraith.
I'm going to shout a little bit just then. My anus opens so much from fear. So, okay, he hits Debura and then in his rage flies over to try and hit ELK and misses just about. Tamelda, in the meantime, she, I think I missed doing something last time, so I'm going to see if...
I forgot to do something, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, you forgot. Wait till next time.
Nah, it's too late.
Yeah, well,
Way too late now.
I know. Sorry, Matt.
So, just double checking this because I made the same mistake. I don't want to do it again. Okay, so she is going to do something similar. She's going to take a big axe and try and hit Albran first. Oh shit, fell on the table again. Natural 1.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
And then turns around and tries
Fuck you.
for 11, which will probably miss as well. I'm assuming 11 misses.
It will miss, but I'm not sure that Bren's paying attention. Sweetheart, wake up.
Me? You keep
you.
cutting out. Okay, I'm telling you, I can't. Every time you say the word tar, your webcam is, or your mic is not saying it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that misses. I'm 15.
Tahr.
Oh, that's a lot closer this time. I could hear that.
Quite
You
disturbing,
didn't say
actually.
Tahr.
I'm gonna call you T-Man from now on.
All right. That probably will work better.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much all they can do for now. I'm just checking again, but I think that's it. Yes, it is. That was only if she hits. Okay, so she fucked up. So it's the end of their turn. So it is T-Man, your turn.
Nice.
Go on, you big scaly bastard. It's her. Pow.
Tamelda is the one on the right, yeah?
She's the one right by you, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit close to do what I was planning on doing. So because I'm she's still hunter's marked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use my dual flintlock pistols at her. Which are a range of 30, so that should be fine. Is that too far away?
No.
Am I too close? Sorry.
So I did find out that if you're within 5 feet, you have to roll with disadvantage, but we kind of didn't do that when we had the fight by the harbour, so I'll allow it. So yeah, you can roll as normal.
All right, nice. And am I able to still use my 2 dual pistols?
You can do 2 attacks, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's what's happening. So I am just going in shooting basically, and then so that will be 2 rolls, and then on top of that, ELK will be doing a ram attack on Gregory over there.
Okay, let's do that one first because that's probably the simplest to resolve. So if you roll d20 for her.
Yep. Roll. Sorry, I closed my dice window. D20. Yeah, that's an 18.
Yeah, 18 will hit. So d6 for. Yeah, d6 for her.
That's a 6.
Okay, and then she gets +3, so that's 9. So that's cool. And then after you've called to her to hit him again, and she does, you grab your pistols more or less at point blank range, try and take a shot at this half-orc in front of you. So roll d20 for the first one.
That's a 19.
19 hits. Just see if the other one hits as well.
Oh, this one probably doesn't. 7.
No, that one won't. But yes, pistol. What did we say was that?
I've got 1d10.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So 1d10 and then add your dex modifier, and that's the damage.
That will be an 8.
Okay. And then you've got extra attack, so you can fire off another one.
Can I use my hunting rifle with that attack?
I would say you'd have to choose the weapons first, because if you...
All right, well, let's just stick with this then.
Yeah, it'll take too long to kind of put them away and then take the rifle out with the time that's passed. So.
Cool, okay. So do you want the d20?
Yeah.
That's 15.
Yeah, that hits.
And then the d10 is, plus the dex, is 13.
Wow. Okay, cool. So you just shout to ELK to ram him again, and while he and she are distracted, you whip out your pistols and you just go, and you manage to get 2 hits off on her, just while she's distracted just for a moment. So, yeah, cool.
Eat that, Orky.
The hunter's mark damage either, did you?
No, you did. You gave me that. Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you just rolled for the actual D10, so you need to do 2d6 as well.
2d6s are 9.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you can do? I don't think there is, but
I haven't done a bonus action, so I might do a Zephyr Strike.
I'm just trying to think. If you do that, that will negate the hunter's mark because they're both concentration.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that means that if you attack again, you won't get the hunter's mark damage.
All right, I won't bother then. Just continue.
Okay. Cool. Ronald.
I'd like to head towards that fire pit there, and using some rag from my previously shed monk robes. I'd like to wrap that round an arrow, and if I light it on fire, can I get some fire damage?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Fine.
Thanks very much. So, using the bow of Angarath. How are they looking anyway?
It's difficult to tell because it's almost like they've been shot with who knows how much of adrenaline. So, you know, they might be pretty bad. They might be in good health. You just can't tell because they've got this rage that's overcome both of them.
Roger. Right, fuck you, Gregory. I'm going for you. So I'm going to use the bow of Angarath and shoot Gregory with it with a flaming arrow. If it hits. For 17.
It does hit.
Yes, 17. So that is 3 piercing. And I'm using all 3. Oh, shit. What was that one? 10 radiant damage. And do I get... what do I get for fire damage?
We'll say it's an extra D6.
D6, nice.
Hey, don't forget Albran's buff. I forgot.
Oh, I was out of range for that.
I forgot to use it.
Yeah.
No, you
2.
use it on your D20 roll to attack. You can't use it on the damage rolls.
Okay.
So say you roll a 13, you go, oh yeah, I'll roll my D4 to like bump it up to 16 or whatever.
2 fire damage as well.
Okay.
Top of that, straight into fucking Gregory's ass. And from then I'm going to sprint up to Gregory and I'm going to finish the job.
Okay.
Dynamic entry.
Flurry of blows.
Okay.
I'll sprint up to him and do a spinning tornado kick into his head. 19, first one. Oh, nat 20, second one.
Nice.
Here we go. Damage for the first one, sorry, not 1, is 6.
Mm-hmm.
And damage for the second is 12. And I'd like to knock him prone if he's not dead.
He's not dead.
Shit, Dex.
So he got a 7.
And he's not prone. And I'm done, baby.
So Greg
Yeah.
on the floor.
God damn, that feels good.
Love it when an arrow hits. Even if it's not mine. It feels good.
Okay. So William on the floor then. Debura, your turn is next.
Yeah. I know it's disadvantage if I use range attacks on a prone opponent. So seeing Gregory on the floor, I'll probably go shoot at the half orc.
I mean, you're free to move as well if you want, because now that he's down, he won't attack you if you move away from him.
Yeah, I'll probably move 30 feet away.
That's a good spell.
Where do you want to move? Towards the tent or...
So yeah, near the grade 10,
Mm-hmm.
the wagon is.
It's kind of back.
Yeah, and able to go have a clear aim at your woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go fire an Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by any chance, are you wearing diamonds? Because that would be really handy to cast one of these spells.
Well, Azerites
No, fucking diamonds.
for 19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
I'm looking at how cool some of these spells are, but some of the components are pricey.
But you know, if you've got a spellcasting focus, it negates the components.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the things. Is it's a verbal, somatic, or material thing. So if it's verbal, you have to speak it. Somatic, you have to wave your hand, and you either have to have a material component, which is sometimes something really obscure.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a spellcasting focus, then that kind of substitutes for it.
Okay.
It's only if, like, so if you were, say, starting out as a fighter, and then you went in to move as a cleric, you wouldn't have a spellcasting focus when you multi-class. So you'd have to find it, or you'd have to get the components. That's when they come in. So you've got what you need, basically.
Oh, good. There's a couple of really cool spells.
For 8 damage.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Anything else?
I would like to go drink my health potion, if that's all right, for a bonus action.
You may, yes.
That's would I roll for a greater healer potion?
Greater. I will double check. EFG, healing under there. Why doesn't it have it there?
This is a greater healing, a D8.
I think, I'm not sure. Regular one is
4d4 plus 4.
4d4, there you go, plus 4.
So roll D8 and then plus 4.
No, 4d4. You roll d4 4 times.
Yeah. So that's 9. Held 9 points.
Okay.
Yeah. That's end my go.
Okay. Albran.
Yeah, I'm angry as fuck because I cast Bless and nobody needed my thing, so I feel like I wasted my turn. I'm pissed as fuck. So fuck Bless. I plan to rage.
That
Well,
would make more sense anyway, right?
Nobody fucking used it. It was a wasted turn. I'm angry. I did break bollocks. I'm fucking raging now, you bastards.
I mean, the lady you liked smashed you in the face with a hammer and
I
with
know,
an
but it
axe.
kind of tickled. I liked it. I like it when they play rough. Right, yeah, so I'm going to rage. I'm also going to frenzy. And I'm going to reckless. And I'm going to fuck some shit up.
Right.
I want to fuck some shit up. And we'll start off with a nice 23 to hit. Very nice. And we'll swing and a miss. Oh, that's all right. That's okay. 11 on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my frenzy, I'm going to get a second attack. Thank you. Oh, a nice one. And a 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, pleasant. 14 damage.
Oh,
No, 16. I got to add my rage. 16.
okay. Cool. So you come barreling down on her in a frenzy almost enough to match her own, and you hammer away at this orc. And after your onslaught, you can see that she, her knees are a bit weak and shaky. She still has the same enraged look on her face, but you can kind of see that it's almost like her body is giving out on her without her realizing. So you can tell that she's starting to feel it now.
Oh, Debura's back up. Back up. I've got no... My bonus action was to rage. Yeah, I'm done.
You made her weak at the knees.
Would a random, really, really random question, would these guys be considered like in an undead state?
You wouldn't know for sure. You would have to do some kind of check to see if you can tell whether they are.
Well, I mean, because as one of my free actions, I can channel divinity. So I'm gonna channel divinity, and it senses for undead. So let's do that. And then you say to me, yes, they're undead, or no, they're not, and then it will do something or it won't.
Okay.
So my free action, I channel divinity.
Almighty.
No, they are not.
Fair enough. That's what I need to know. Sweet.
Okay.
Worth try.
So these two.
Alrighty then.
Greg turns his attention to Ron, who was just coming back, which is handy. So Greg is going to turn around and try and hit Ron with his sword. 21 on the first attack.
Bloody hell.
Hit.
For 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second one, 17 to hit.
Yeah, hit.
Cool. So he is going to get you for 11 damage on the second hit.
Roger.
And Tamelda, with her axe, is going to try and hit Albran. Oh, 24 to hit.
It's definitely a hit.
Okay, so she is going to deal 11 damage.
Halved because I'm raging.
Okay. As she does hit you, you can see this other spirit standing next to her, this humanoid form, fly towards you, and it touches you, and you can kind of feel a chill go through you. And you almost feel like you've got free movement, but you almost feel a little bit. So what she's done is she's basically given you disadvantage on any attack roll against her for the next turn. Then she turns her attention towards Tahr, tries to hit him for 26 against your armor class.
Wow, yes. Successful and then some.
Just a dumb question, Matt. This spirit, was this considered undead? Because it's my range is 30 feet, so just a question.
It's an interesting one, because these aren't so much. So this is like something she gets with her class. So it's not.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's cool.
The unseen servant.
Yeah. So it's almost like it's a spell as opposed to being an actual entity. Cool. That's fine. Yeah. What's that?
So she hits Tahr with her axe for 6 damage.
Damn you, bitch! You kick my ass and you gentle with the guy with the scales, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you still got
That's the
higher
one
HP.
getting beaten up by Gregory.
I know. It's not the point.
I was easy on the ELK, but beats the demon up.
We'll say that because she came reeling round and Tahr saw it coming, managed to just clip him, whereas, she was strong on. But that's them. So it is Tahr's turn again.
All right, well, ELK, I'd like to do a hooves attack. ELK looks like still best within range to get Gregory. So that's +5 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 prone creature. Does that mean I make him prone? Or does that mean they have to be prone?
Yeah, he would have to be prone. So he is prone. So, oh no, hang on.
Wait, I was going to say, he has to spend his action getting up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's just fucking lay a fucking smackdown on Ron. It's all right, we'll skip that one.
All right. We'll say he's hit and he's fallen back down. So yeah, you can do that attack.
Nice. All right. Well, then it's 2d4 plus 3.
If you hit him.
If I hit him. So, all right. My d20 is 16.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay, wicked. 2d4. Go for it. It's 5. That's probably not bad for that. And then, 5 plus 3 is 8.
Okay.
And then moving on to myself here. I'm going to use my hunting rifle at point blank range at Tamelda there. So that is, I got a 10 on my d20, so I don't hit.
Yeah, doesn't hit.
Point blank. Point blank. Oh shit!
I can't handle all these ranged weapons missing in such short range. All right. I get another shot, don't I?
Yeah.
All right, let's try again.
Hilarious if he misses again. Cool.
All right, let's just not talk about this. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother saying what I got there.
You need to get a better dice roll generator, man.
I do, yeah.
I bought some dice after I got 4 nat 1s in a row in one battle.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, I'm just using the Google one.
Barry and Hooty Hoo, you're all 4 nat 1s.
I got a 2.
Oh man.
All right. Well, with that then, my final opportunity to keep going is bonus action Zephyr's Strike. It will discount Hunter's Mark. but I can always recast it. It's probably time to move it over anyway. So I'll Zephyr Strike on our Timelda there. That is a... Oh my god, that's an 8. I need to be less honest about these things. All right, so I'm done.
Okay. I think, let me just double check with that attack. So, once before the spell ends, it says once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon roll on your turn. The attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit. So I think before the spell ends. So I think what that would be is it's not so much an extra attack, but it's when you do attack, you can give yourself advantage on one of them. And then if you hit, you deal extra damage, and you move, like, randomly across the board as well. So it's fine, because it means when you attack next, you can roll advantage on one of your attacks, and if you hit, you do more damage.
Oh, okay. So
it's basically like it's in place. It's still there. It's not an actual attack, but it's like a bonus to when you attack. So you roll twice.
so I buff myself. Okay, cool. All right.
Okay. Ron.
All right. Ebony Flail, baby. So 2 hits, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
21. Oh, 8 on the second.
Okay.
Ebony Flail was a D8. Shit, son. 6. 9. So the first one was the hit. Yeah, so 6 damage. And so is he back up or is he still on the floor?
No, we'll say he's on the floor prone, yeah.
He's on the floor. So I'm going to run over to the other bitch. Who's fucking running her mouth. And I'm going to... Oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to flurry of blows that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a
Yeah, she deserves
23.
it.
First one. And not so good on the second one, a 10.
Okay, the first one hits, no problem.
First one hits. D6, baby. For a 6 damage and knock that bitch down for dexterity.
4.
Fail. You on the floor, bitch!
Oh God.
These two are now on their backs, looking up at the sky.
Pretty dark, but
We're going to do teabag. Oh, can I move away, actually?
Yeah, you could. Where do you want to go?
Just about 20 feet back towards the red tent.
Okay.
surprise, motherfucker! Bye-bye!
I'm gonna get your bitch ass down, and I'm gonna run away.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Can I use a broom of flying
Now chat shit to me.
during battle?
You can use the broom of flying during battle. That was a tactic that Surya used on your behalf on the last session.
Because you were getting bullied.
Great
Oh, you did
minds.
actually get bullied. Yeah. Yeah,
You
you're
almost
right.
Oh,
died.
yeah, you got bullied.
Mm.
I'm concerned to hear this. Don't like the sound of that.
Funny you in there.
Almost, not quite died.
Mm.
So yeah, Debura, your turn.
They're all prone. So I got Can I hold my action until they, stand up?
You haven't got a spell that you can cast on them while they're laying down.
Not really.
Oh.
Unless I do disadvantage.
Why do you get disadvantage?
Because it's a range spell and it's disadvantage for prone.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Okay. Yeah, I mean you can use like a ready action. So
Yeah, I want to hold my action until if they stand up and all that. I'll fire an Eldritch Blast or Chilling Touch.
okay.
So I don't know why you can't do that while they're laying down.
Yeah, I've just double checked. It says
I think laying down they mean like in the prone position, as in hiding and taking cover from you, rather than being knocked on the floor.
no. It says if someone's prone, you get advantage on attacks if you're within melee range.
Yeah.
Disadvantage if you're attacking from a distance.
Is that,
Yeah, it's a smaller
hold-
target, really.
so I'll hold my action until when they stand up.
Okay. No worries. Albran.
I'm going to smash her in the face with my hammer.
Yes.
My hammer, bitch. Oh, that was close. 27 to hit.
Ah.
And that does 13 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I'm still frenzied, because I'm fucking crazy, I'm going to hit her again. Oh, natural 20.
You don't even need to roll the damage.
I wants to.
You broke her head.
Go on.
I'm rolling. 18. Oh, plus 2, 20.
Yeah. I mean, the +2 probably would have been enough on its own. You come bearing down with a giant hammer twice with such force that it just caves in her skull or her rib cage, her chest.
Love you, you bitch.
And you're kind of crying as you do so. It's quite awkward, actually. And she just falls out of consciousness and dies on the floor with her.
I would have given you such a great life. We could have been fantastic together. You bitch. Sorry.
Christ alive.
I'm sorry for Tahr. He's standing right next to this poor guy crying his eyes out.
Literally just like looking away.
We could have been so good together.
This is de-escalated all very quickly.
I can't tell whether I'm crying from sadness or laughter now.
He's gone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's me.
Successful murder of passion.
So, okay, so Greg is going to stand up. He's going to use his action surge to throw 2 javelins. One is going to be at Debura and one is going to be at Albran for killing his...
Because I held my action of even if he stands up, I can take my action.
Take your action.
So Eldritch Blast.
Eat my Eldritch Blast. Pow! I haven't got Eldritch
Plus
Blast.
8.
I didn't hear that. What?
That's a 13 plus 8.
Okay, 21 hits.
So that's
They got itchy head. Sorry.
for 7 plus 5 for 12 damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he takes it, and he still pulls out these these javelins.
Yeah.
And he throws one at Debura, which is 9 to hit, which will probably miss.
Miss.
And he throws the other one at Albran, which is a dirty 20 to hit.
Albran's probably not listening.
Albran.
What was the Albran one that hit? I thought the Albran one was a 9.
No, Debura's was the 9.
Oh, bugger. Yeah.
Dirty 20.
It's a 20.
Yeah, it's. Sorry, I thought the Albran one was a 9. That's why I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So that is. Where's the dice? 26. 4.
Reduced to 2.
Target is a creature. It must succeed on a DC.
Oh, actually, no. Is it melee? Hang on, I'm just about to check rage.
I think it's only physical.
No, it's bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. It's piercing, isn't it? Javelins. Reduced.
Yeah. Okay.
Reduced to 2. I haven't been keeping up to date with this at all, have I?
So he throws off these 2 javelins, and he doesn't quite look scared, but more like panicked now, like a cornered animal. He's not running, but he doesn't quite know what to do with himself. But that is his turn.
Motherfucker's gonna die.
So Tahr's turn again.
Don't have to say it like that. Right. I'm going to rinse and repeat with the short swords because I feel like they are a reliable, trusted way of attacking.
Sounds like better than you shooting anything, I tell you.
Yeah. So, but I want to get out my flying broom. So I want to jump on the flying broom. I'm just going to describe this, and you can DM help me manage it. I want to jump on the flying broom, and I want to lift myself up into the air, let go of the flying broom, draw my sword swords, and just drive them into the body of Gregory.
Okay, sure. So you mount your broom this time. ELK looks very upset. You jump onto the broom. It goes soaring up a little bit and across. And as it gets, just before it gets to Gregory, you kind of throw yourself off. And with the momentum, you go soaring towards him. So take 2, roll d20 for both attacks. See if you hit.
I got 14 and a 10.
Okay. They both miss.
No!
You, I guess, are coming from such a distance that he can kind of telegraph it and step to the side a little bit. You do get another attack because of your extra attack, but you can use your Zephyr Strike if you want to roll with advantage with this one.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. So that means I get 2 rolls for it, right?
So you roll d20, take the highest.
Yeah. All right, okay. And that is a 15. Okay, so it's not... Is that high enough?
The highest one.
Yeah.
That does miss.
Yeah.
No way.
So I'm just landing on him, is what we're saying. Light. What's happening here is Dragonborn is landing on him lightly. Is what we're describing.
High point.
You'd have to hit to land on him, so you didn't even land.
He just face planted the floor. Oh, that was shit.
Okay, so I'm just hitting the floor next to him, and just being like,
Fuck is this guy doing?
You could try and flip a coin if you want.
So, well, I'll tell you what, ELK will see this and sympathetically try and do a ram attack. Because he's not on the floor anymore, is he? He's up.
He's up, yeah.
And ELK's right next to him. Yeah, so I'll do a ram attack. Yeah, but I can't do anything else. So, all right. So that's the D. Oh shit! There it is. D20. 18. Typical fucking ELK. Yeah, you just fucking shut.
You just got him, and now you're bitching that he's doing more damage than you.
Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, so right, yeah. ELK's attack is going ahead. 1d6 plus 3. So ELK's doing 7.
Somehow ELK lost one of his legs. He's not as accurate anymore.
So this is probably going to be hilarious. Tell us how he does it.
Yes. Yes.
ELK, describe the kill.
Tell us how he takes away the from you.
Okay, so
Play the sounds as well.
Oh, brilliant.
soaring through the air, Tahr hits the ground with such force that ELK looks up, and with the fury that only a recently tamed animal truly can convey, kind of just releases this guttural roar, which sounds something along the lines of
Wrong moment then.
and as she does so, she runs towards Gregory and rams him right in the stomach, impaling him on her horns, ripping him not in half but up the middle, leaving him sort of stuck on her horns, and she shakes him off. Meanwhile, Brodie's just sort of being dragged around.
What's going on?
What did I miss? What's going on? Okay. So that was a combat. So now that these two are down and out for the count, you take a moment and you kind of survey the surroundings, and you can see around you a lot of dead bodies scattered around these tents and these huts. You can't, however, see the people that had been on the attack. So during this fray, the ones that had gone mad and the ones that had lost it, they seem to have disappeared somewhere into the woods, presumably, but they are no longer nearby. In his last kind of dying breaths, Gregory on the floor, having been eviscerated by this elk, just kind of looks at all of you and kind of manages to choke out a few words and says, "Terribly sorry, chums. Don't know what came over me," and just dies completely.
Fuck you, Gregory.
And as you have a look around, you kind of try and see if there's anyone that could be saved, but it looks like they are all completely gone, except for one person who you can see off in the distance by the red tent, which is Wanda. She is on the floor. She has been attacked, but she still has a tiny bit of life left in her, and she's kind of on her back on the floor, just kind of reaching up with one hand, just kind of almost like trying to grasp for something invisible, and she's still just about hanging in there.
Ron runs over. Goddamn bitch! You okay, bitch? What's going on?
I'm down on my knees crying over my lost love. But
I'll do a medicine check for Wanda.
medicine check, I was just going to... So just cure wounds.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Cure wounds will stabilize her, definitely. So if you do cast that, don't need to roll. Just say it's cast.
All right,
Kind of.
Because it's a touch one, you see. So it's I get up and I sort of walk over. And, I loved her, you know. I really loved her. And then I touch.
What?
So she, as you do.
I'm mourning lost love, Ron. I'm mourning lost love. I loved her, I did. She was so pretty.
Okay, old man.
Violent.
So after the dust has settled a little bit and you cast cure wounds on her, Wanda sits up with a little bit of assistance from yourselves, and she has a look around and she surveys the area herself. And you can see that her face completely drops with like shock and terror at the surroundings, and she's just kind of sitting there with one hand over her face, just kind of shaking her head and saying, "He's already coming. I can't believe it's actually happening, and I can't believe his reach is extended this far."
She's distraught, Ron. Over something serious, damn
This
it.
bitch nasty, man. Shit, I can't take this shit. Ron walks off.
For God's sake, Ron.
She looks at whoever it is that's by her, and she says, "You have to move quickly. Ashtarak is close to becoming full and whole again, and this is only a taste of what he can do. You need to go now."
Okay, but I think we should have a long rest.
God damn, ain't no motherfucking long rest, man. Astaraak gonna fucking kick our ass.
Oh, now
Yeah,
you're
long rest.
right. All right.
You can have a long rest if you wish. I mean, ultimately, the journey from where you are to any town surrounding the area would take over a day. So, if not now, you would need to probably have a long rest at some point on the road.
Hey, yo, you got a wagon?
An elk.
Can we use Gregory's?
Oh shit, yeah. Hey, yo, there's a wagon up there behind that there tent.
So what? We're gonna hitch the wagon up to ELK.
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
we got
Are you all right with that, Tahr?
I mean, just use her, why don't you?
Cool. Thank you very much.
I will say this much. Apparently, dragon riding an elk is not a very common Google search.
Are you the first? Are you the first to Google it?
I may be the first to create this particular pairing. Which, you know.
Dragon riding an elk.
Yeah. She's pretty happy dragging along a lot of us, I reckon.
I mean, if the townsfolk will allow us to take the cart, obviously.
They're mad, right?
Most of them are dead. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Wonders survived. Who's going to argue with us? Or should I say, who's going to fucking argue with us? We just take the bastard thing.
Ain't nobody gonna say shit, man.
Exactly. Right. Sorry, I'm still all worked up. I can't quite let it go.
Yo, it's okay, dude.
I really
Rubbing your back.
I really loved her, Ron. I did. I loved her.
Yeah, anyway.
She only ever looked at me with disdain, but I loved her.
Let's get on the road, man. You heard what that bitch said?
I heard what Wanda said. I did.
Hey, yo, she's still alive, dude. Come back for her when this motherfucker dead.
Oh, it's the map again. Look at that. From day one, this has been.
Where? I'm looking at. Oh my god, that is an old school map.
Can I just say there's a lot of mountains on there? And I got mountain as a natural upgrade in this level 6 shit.
Just go through the mountains. Maybe you should have got a goat as your animal.
Elks are mountain friendly.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Is it a mountain elk?
I would say so, looking at her. I would say, in fact, specifically, large beast, unaligned, strong at mountains.
Well, instead of going around and following the tracks, let's just go straight through that mountain range.
Can't we just cut across the middle?
Yeah, just go straight through the mountain range. Everyone on the elk.
You can. So, I mean, essentially what you've got the road leading north, you've got the road leading south, and you can just go like across if you wish to. That area to the southwest is predominantly forested, but there is a very small mountain range there. It's up to you how you'd want to kind of cover that. So whether you wanted to kind of go around it, whether you wanted to go through it, that would kind of dictate how the journey would go.
Where the fuck we going anyway?
We're going to Ashtarak.
Oh shit.
Efficiency bonuses doubled during mountain ranges.
Oh.
That's nice.
I'm not sure the elk and the cart won't make it over the range.
Hey, Wanda. We still next to Wanda?
You haven't left, so yeah, you can speak to her, yeah.
Wanda, bitch, come on, listen up. There a track through that mountain range?
I haven't, but I know of people that have. I must warn you that if you do go that way and you go directly through the woods, that is where we've heard the werewolves were residing previously. So there is a chance you may run into them. I don't think the mountains would give you much hassle, but they would be difficult to get across with the cart.
The woods!
Yo, we're going to motherfucking woods. We're going through the goddamn mountains.
So does one of you want to annotate and show the route that you would decide to go, or decide amongst you which route you'd want to go?
Well, if we don't go all the way over the top, what about if we just sort of cut out the middleman and traverse, head around the tree line to, rather than that one, go around the tree line. So we end up in Varuk. Yeah, that one. Oh, look, a penis again. Thanks.
Why? I was just pointing.
I love the fact that it tells me who's drawn it.
It's such a spiky penis.
At first, I thought it was just a middle finger, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, you just looking at this motherfucker from far away, man.
I mean, I can stop this. I can click on it to stop you all from screen sharing.
Yes.
Matt can also clear. Oh, I think we can all clear.
Yeah, I'm deleting. Oh my god, what is that?
Oh. I'm not joining. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So that. Okay. So that I actually vote for Through the Mountains.
Through the Mountains. Who did the White Line?
I did. I was
That's
just
round though.
Yeah, I was just visualizing what James was saying.
I mean, I think
Straight through then, yeah?
I think that'll work. I was going through the mountains, right? We're going to run into werewolves, and we're going to be going through a mountain pass.
But I mean, like, if there's a path through the mountains, then yeah. But if not, then it's treacherous terrain, isn't it? It's uncharted terrain.
So we've got werewolves and uncharted terrain.
Yeah. Whereas
I think
if we take a slight detour, we go round. But that's what I was asking. Fucking what's her face?
What's the
Rhonda.
time difference? What's the time difference? Like, what do we lose?
Well, I mean, if there's a path, then we're all right to go straight through.
So if we just go, if we go over the mountain range, I've got the mountain natural explorer thing, which means that it doesn't slow us down.
No, it doesn't slow you down.
No, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. You remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity, and you can move stealthily at a normal pace.
So even if there's no path, it's just completely wild.
Yeah, it's just a werewolf thing that's stopping me from going through there in a minute. Because we need.
It's a bit side questy.
We need to turn up for this Astaraak fight. Full.
Should we? I think I'm happy to go straight through. I'm happy to go straight through with Tahr and his advantages. It's not going to slow us down.
They're werewolves.
Werewolves
are going to slow us down.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about the werewolves.
You know they're
enough. I'm not too worried about werewolves.
Plus, we might be able to pick up a. Do werewolves count as beasts?
They don't know.
Do they count as undead?
What they are is a humanoid.
So, okay. All right, I'm open to the not going through. In that case, maybe I can't think of what we have to gain from encountering the werewolves.
Just a bit of excitement.
Just a bit of a thrill. That's all you want. You want to go in and just roundhouse the fuck out of werewolves.
Okay, go on. Right, all right, hold on then. Look, we can stand here chatting all fucking week about this. So how about, right, there's 5 of us. So let's have a vote.
Well, what's the time difference though? Like, I mean, I know, Bren, you already asked that, but
we've got 2 days. We've got 2 days, right? It's got a couple of days to make it to Astaraak. Right.
Yeah, so if we can get there faster, then we'll have more time to piss about when we eventually arrive.
Yeah, the idea of the pissing about. So it's walking around won't make a difference. To get to I can't read it. Varuk.
Yeah, but let's just see what we what.
Right, I vote we let Ron go and handle the werewolves, and we head to Varuk.
You can't leave me on my own.
Ron can't go up a mountain on his own because he loses all the benefits of.
I need Tahr. Ain't going up no mountain on my own, man.
Oh,
shit.
Okay.
So, are we gonna vote?
Let's vote. Right. Who votes over the top? I can't see that.
Yeah, I do.
And who votes to go around?
I vote.
Oh well, this is fucking.
No, it's all right because now the DM is going to roll the dice.
For Brodie.
And on an even, we'll go over the top, and on an odd, we'll go around.
All right. Oh God.
So I, using D20, rolled 2.
Wait, what was it again?
We're going
Did you decide which end was what
it was
before you rolled the d20?
evens were over, odds were around.
Wait, evens was what?
Evens was over and odds were around.
Oh, so we go over then.
We're going over.
Oh, goddamn, let's go. Kick some werewolf butt,
Down
man.
over the mountain.
I'm so glad you all paid attention. That was very good.
I heard you loud and clear.
Just minor details.
Just
Thanks,
round
Bob.
the mountain when she
Love you.
comes. We're going round the mountain. We're going
Yeah,
round
there's-
the mountain.
No, we're not going round the mountain. We're going over the mountain.
We're going over the mountain when she comes.
Hey, definitely Tahr leading the way on this one. Goddamn.
I can
Good
see
50
that
feet, you know what I'm saying?
really well.
Shit.
Going over the mountain when he comes.
Right, come on then, T-Man.
So I will leave it to Tahr, as he's one of the ones heading this idea up, to draw for me just a line on where you think you would initially go.
And you've got to draw it through the trees and pick a mountain range to go through, and then through the trees and either to the path or to Varuk, what is it? Please tell me.
Varuk.
Varuk, thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems overly complicated, but cool. I like it.
Felt like it.
Where is it?
Given
Oh,
that way-
it's exactly what I was thinking, yeah.
Are you all drunk?
I mean, it's the quickest route.
That's the way we're going, yeah.
It's the quickest route.
Yeah, he's, yeah.
We're natural explorers.
So we're going to go south. We're going to go southwest, and then we're going to walk north.
We're just going up one of the mountains.
To head southwest. To
We have to trust Tahr on this one, man.
South.
It's just traversing complicated mountainous terrain, guys. You just got to roll with it.
Hey, old dude, you know anything about mountains?
Me, I live on a mountain.
The fuck this dude know more than you then?
I'm a hill dwarf, so I live on small mountains.
Hey, you living on hills. You ain't living on no mountain, man.
Well, they only look like mountains. They might be.
Yeah, close my eyes and meditate. Go down.
Shit.
Do
Don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Don't make no mountain out of dwarf
Hey,
hill.
Tahr, don't take no directions off this motherfucker here. You don't know what he's fucking over from his
Oh,
asshole.
God's sakes. Come on. All right, we'll go a more simplified route just because I feel like.
I was liking that route.
I mean, I liked the route too, but you got to go with the. Got to go with the group sometimes. There we go. It's a lot more fun.
We had a route where we were walking through trees and over mountains and stuff. Now we're just like straight line.
Yeah.
You all don't have a broom of flying, you know.
No, you just come with me.
It's a shame we all can't get on the broom of flying.
Yeah, I can just imagine 5 of us and an elk.
Still technically got Krabby somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I think you lost Krabby.
No. Nah, no way.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. Krabby went missing during dinner.
Krabby's a veteran.
Oh. I'm not
Right,
perfectly happy for him to have gone walk
Remember
about.
the battle at the docks? Krabby fucking saved our asses.
Right. I know I don't quite remember that.
Don't remember that.
No.
Krabby infiltrated the ship and sank it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
then swam back to shore.
Of course he did. Yeah.
Pretty sure that happened.
Krabby was the one that sunk the pirate ship. Of course.
Should we just get a move on?
Yeah.
All right, so
Bye, Wanda.
we wave at Wanda on the way out.
Just don't even give her any medical attention or
Well, Albran's
just leave her. Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll be fine.
I cast cure wounds on her. She's fine.
She's like on her own.
Yeah, she just, as you kind of head off, she just kind of gives a wave, but kind of looks around and internally monologues and wonders how she will ever pick up the pieces of this village that's now decimated on her own.
And she's dragged away by a werewolf.
You're just dark, aren't you? You're not just a dark person.
Thaumaturgy to send a whisper through the air saying, "Come with us, I think you're pretty."
Oh, for God's sakes.
Go on, take her with her.
This is another Albran like love story where we end up fucking axing the woman in her head.
In all fairness, all the women I've fallen in love with, I've only killed one of them.
Well, that's a good track record.
But then if it's 2, that's 50% of the women. So that's not so good.
Yeah, exactly. One might argue any murders isn't positive.
Murder, she was first. Crime of passion.
It was that.
So are we taking the cart and just trying it anyway?
We'll take the cart as far as we can.
Yeah.
What, are we going to go take Wanda or leaving her?
So we can all... No, fuck Ron.
Wanda's she's long gone. We're already on the road, and ELK's carrying us all towards the forest. We're probably going to manage to get through a few trees, but I doubt we'll get too far up the path, the mountains. That's my best guess. But
while we're travelling towards the base of the mountains, does that count as a long rest? Because we're all just chilling in the back of a cart.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is so the cart, like, are you all going to sit in there, or is anyone going to ride on ELK, or is anyone going to walk? How are you going to do it?
Does ELK know what he's doing?
I suppose I'm up front.
I'm sitting in the back of the cart, cleaning the orc blood off of my hammer, still crying.
I'll probably go help Tahr observing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay back and smoke some of that crazy shit I found in the is it what, Feywild?
Feywild.
Feywild, yeah.
Tahr's being pretty quiet, all things considered. It wasn't a proud moment when he jumped off the broom and landed flat next to the Gregory guy without hitting him, just for ELK to save the day.
Around his face.
Yeah.
So, what we'll do?
Does this stuff from the Feywild give me any special powers if I smoke it?
You see a giant frog.
Really
Oh shit!
I'm really glad. Right.
You put that shit out. Bro, it's like...
So, it could be that something happens. It could be that nothing happens. What I need you to do is roll a D100.
Oh, bloody hell.
What? The G100?
91.
91.
What does a fucking D100 even look like?
Oh, that could have been more interesting. So, as you're smoking this herb, you start to kind of feel a lot more relaxed, and you feel a lot more at ease, despite everything that's going on and what you're heading towards. You do feel a kind of overwhelming sense of relaxation. And although you don't see it yourself, you do kind of see, well, as you're looking around, the others are kind of giving you really odd looks. And you're not quite sure why, but you start to kind of have a look at your hands, and you kind of have a look, and you see that after a little while, you find like a reflective surface, whether it be like a mirror or whether it be like the sheen off of someone's armor or shield or what have you. It almost looks like you've grown younger. Not ridiculously younger, but it looks like this has kind of shaved a good kind of 6 or 8 years off of you. So you look a lot more youthful in appearance.
Oh shit, man! Hey, Albran! Albran! You want to try this shit, man? It's gonna change you for life.
All right, you got some spare? I stick it in my pipe.
Yeah, I think. Have I got some spare? Yeah.
Yes, and please smoke it.
Oh no.
Right, I put it in my pipe. Here we go.
God damn, I look good.
Right. So roll a d100.
Oh dear. I'm not going to get the same effect, am I? I'm going to fucking get older.
Albran dies.
94.
Oh, nice.
Oh bloody hell.
You feel a similar sort of sensation at first. You feel overwhelmingly relaxed and you feel a lot calmer, and just you kind of sit back and you feel yourself just almost drift off. You're so relaxed. And then after a short while, you almost kind of feel your muscles tighten a little bit. You feel almost as though they grow without really, it's almost like you're tensing without doing it. So you feel like the muscles in your arms, your shoulders, your chest expand just a little bit. And you can almost feel like you've kind of gotten this newfound energy or strength from smoking this. So what it does is it improves your strength by 3 for 24 hours.
Oh, what the hell?
Fuck!
For an extra 3%.
Well, so shit. Okay, my strength is now 21. I'm +5.
Shit.
Boom!
So you got 24 hours, basically.
Oh man, I could have done. Have we got any of this shit left?
Sounds like I've got a raw deal.
I want to see where this is going to go. So yeah, let's say we've got one more, if anyone else wants to do it.
Who's going for it?
Always up for having a smoke.
So I'm gonna be the sober one. Joy.
What do they call it? What, blowback? What? What is it?
That is what it's called, yeah. But
Did Debura get blowback?
one of you guys can do the blowback.
Hang on, before we do anything. All right, is there a random blanket on the back of this thing?
You're gonna hotbox it.
Do we have a blanket?
Oh my god!
You're gonna hotbox.
Serious, like some real tricks of the trade coming out now.
We can assume that there is a blanket there somewhere, yeah. Or you have.
We're making a hot box. Let's do it. We got a hot box.
Officially,
you're doing this.
Yeah, we throw the blanket over us and we're all underneath it. Go Tahr, go! You're in here too, Debura.
Right.
All right. Okay. So,
I felt sorry for him.
Hang on. So let's say, can you see this as this expands?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's say you get to about here, just before you get into the forest, and you decide to kind of just park up there, and you do this hotboxing stuff. So Albran have already had their turn. You're just like, hey, this crazy shit, you guys should join in. And Ron, and if Debura wants to join in, joins in. And if you do join in, I need you to likewise make a roll D100.
I need to find a different die scenario.
We're We bring Brodie in here as well. We can all do it. So that.
Okay, I got a 68.
How do you do a D100?
So you should have 2 D10s.
You'll have a D10 which goes from 0 to 9,
And then you have a D10 that does 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Cool, thank you.
So what Tahr did you say you got?
68.
6.
I think it went well for you, Tahr.
No. When he laughs like that, just like the look of like exasperation. There's also a look that he gets when Tahr's making a fool of himself.
Oh well. So after the initial calmness that sets in, you kind of get a bit of an odd feeling in your mouth, and it almost feels like your mouth starts to swell up a little bit. But then you realize it's not your mouth, it's actually your tongue. Almost as if you something really, really like spicy, that you almost can't talk and you're kind of like, like that. And then before everyone else's eyes, your tongue, which was normal for someone that's kind of reptilian, starts to grow and comes out of your mouth. And it gets longer and longer and longer until it's dangling about 3 feet out of your mouth, kind of hanging almost like if you're sitting on the cart, it's kind of like now on the floor itself, and you're just kind of looking down and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Oh God, I feel funny.
Gets tangled up in the wheel.
And it lasts this way for 8 hours.
God.
Shit, dog, what the hell is wrong with your tongue?
I'm on the person, sorry, Santa
Don't
Claus.
talk to me in that.
Don't you stick your tongue out at me. I'll pull the bloody thing out.
Oh, my tongue's on ground.
I got a 92.
So many 90s. Jesus. Okay. So you kind of feel this overwhelming sense of calmness for a good few minutes, and you don't really feel any effects per se. Like you've kind of seen what's happened to the other 3, so you're kind of half worried and concerned and half kind of thinking, oh, maybe something good will come from this. And although you don't see a change, as soon as you kind of say to the others, do I look different? The voice that comes out your mouth is very, very, very high.
Debura got high.
As you speak, your voice almost sounds like it's incredibly high pitched, almost like what a fairy or a pixie might sound like out of a cartoon.
God damn, bro, what the hell happened to your voice?
I don't know.
Man,
That brings a whole new meaning to getting high.
hey, you feel okay?
The bird got high.
What the hell did you say?
So you've kind of got
What the
this.
hell's going on here? Am I tripping?
Are we going to roll for Brodie?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please do.
Go on then. 56.
Brodie explodes.
This is it. Brodie dies. It's like, no!
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So he's
How long does that last?
for 8 hours. So is he asleep, and have you forced this blanket over him?
It's sort of
Yeah,
gone
we-
into a mini coma.
He would have been laying in the back of the cart. So as we threw the blanket over us, he would unwillingly be part of this.
He just forgot he was in the back of the car. He's just stuffed in a corner, head like smacking off the side.
So I'm feeling like if he is passed out, we should roll this again because the result says that he's passed out for 1d6 minutes. So.
Oh man!
Can't take it.
Incoming again, 26.
Okay.
Oh bloody hell!
Okay.
Hang on. Okay, I don't know what that relates to. So as you're kind of, watching everyone start to change physically or otherwise, you're all kind of very keenly looking over at Brodie. And he's obviously fast asleep, so he's unaware of what is going on. But very, very slowly, you can start to see his ears start to expand. And they start to grow bigger and bigger and bigger until they get almost to the size of elephant-like size on this small dwarven head.
Beautiful.
It says
Beautiful.
he gets +2 for the next hour. I don't know what +2 is in relation to, but let's just say that likewise his ears are now gigantic.
It'd be perception.
Well, it doesn't say. It literally just says ears grow to the size of an elephant's. He/she gets a +2 for the next hour. Oh no, it is. It is perception. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's fast asleep. So.
Oh man, this guy's fucking.
So it's feeling sorry for Brodie watching his ears go. I use his ears and tuck him in. Wrap him up in his own ears.
Ain't that nice?
Yeah. Get this shit away from me, man. I'm tripping out. God damn.
I feel like you need to be like a teenage version of yourself now, man.
I didn't do much.
Hey man, give me a change. I'll fucking stab you in the dick.
So Ron's change is the only one that's permanent. Everyone else's is only like for so long. So I don't know what age you were before, but
30s, like mid-30s.
okay. So
Late 30s, actually, late 30s.
Okay, so you're kind of like late 20s or kind of more or less 30 bang on now. So
Yeah.
yeah, bit of a change. So you can kind of feel yourself physiologically changing, and obviously
I wouldn't have minded being a bit younger, but I quite like my pecs. Look at these.
Hench old dude.
right. So you kind of stopped around here for a short while to enjoy this herb that you found from this other plane. Now that you've kind of done what you need to do, I guess you kind of trek off a little bit further. The journey from the town to the outskirts of the forest doesn't take very long. You're talking like an hour, maybe 40 minutes max. And then you start to kind of make your way through the woods themselves. Whoever it is that's kind of, I suppose, leading, I suppose it would be Tahr leading the way, kind of directing ELK in some...
Yeah, I'm there helping observe.
So I suppose whoever's leading the way, per se, can roll like a survival check to see if you can find the best route through.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess that should be me with my natural explorer nonsense.
I'm sitting on. Are we still on the cart, or are we off the cart?
It's up to you. If you want to stay on and get pulled along, that's fine. If you want to jump off and walk alongside it.
I'm more meant, is there still a route for the cart to use?
Yeah, I mean, the forest itself, the trees are all fairly spaced out, so it's not too thick of a forest. There's definitely enough room for the cart, the elk, and for a couple of you to jump off and walk side by side it, yeah.
Cool. I'm just sitting on the mountain juggling my hammer, because with my extra strength, it's kind of like, hey.
Was that a D20 I needed to roll?
It is, yeah.
Okay, it's a 15.
15. So fairly easily, you manage to find the best route through this forested area. You kind of, as you're walking through, look around, check the trees, check the floor, make sure that you kind of, if you see any tracks of animals of such, you try and avoid walking the same path and you kind of steer clear of it. The journey is fairly uneventful up to a point. So you manage to get through walk a good kind of hour or so through, and you start to come closer and closer towards the mountain range. As you get to about, and I'm just assuming this is the way you're going, as you get to about here, I need everyone that's here to roll perception.
My perception. Yo, shit. Oh, that's not bad. 11.
Is that a
D20 again, and then look at your perception bonus.
yeah? I haven't really got much anyway.
11.
6.
So from where you are at the moment, none of you can kind of detect anything out of the ordinary. So far, you just kind of pick up the sounds of nature around you. So like birds in the trees, the odd animal kind of rustling around in the bushes. It seems relatively serene at the moment. Tahr, do another survival check for me.
Okay. 16.
Okay. So can't quite tell, obviously, that there isn't anything of danger nearby. So you have another scan around, have another look on the floor to look for tracks, have another look around, do the old kind of see the wind, what have you, and you continue straight on the path you're going through. So you continue along this way, through the middle of the forest, heading towards these small mountains. And as you get closer, you can see that they're nothing too daunting. You imagine that if you were to find the right path, you might be able to get across it with the car if you do want to go straight across. You head through the forest. It doesn't get any thicker. It's still that the trees are relatively evenly spaced out to give you enough room to get the cart through. Terrain is fairly stable, nothing of that would disrupt the journey or make it harder. And it gets to probably about 2, maybe 2.5 hours since setting out from the town. And you can see one thing that is a constant, which is that the closer you get towards your destination, the darker the sky seems to be. Now, it is afternoon by the point you get to this point in the forest. Only mid-afternoon, so you're talking like 3, maybe 4 o'clock at a push. But it does seem to be that the sky has gotten darker. That dimmer switch looks to have been flicked that little bit more. You approach the base of these hills. We'll call them hills more than mountains. And you can see that they are relatively high, but they're not nearly as treacherous as they could be, certainly not compared to where you journeyed before when you found the sword hidden in the Dwarven city, or the Dwarven castle. From the base of these hills, again, if everyone makes a perception check for me.
6.
15.
2.
Okay. So from where you're standing at the moment,
10.
okay, for the most part, you don't really see any difference in which way to go, in the sense of if you go north, if you go straight across these hills, if you go south, it's just as safe or dangerous. Debura, however, he, being on the lookout, being, almost like a second pair of eyes for the group, he, at the base of these mountains, when you come to a stop, can hear a sound coming from the south. So kind of like as you're looking at the foot of these hills, if you look left that way, it's kind of like not a lot of commotion, but you can hear sounds. Not quite sure what it is. Doesn't sound quite like a person. Definitely sounds like an animal, but you're not quite sure if it's anything to be concerned about just at this stage. From here, where you are, do you still want to go over the hills, or do you want to go north? Do you want to go south? Which direction do you want to go?
Well, I'll pass on the information to the group of, I can hear unknown sounds down by the south. So I'd rather not go down to the south. Because either straight ahead.
Coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
So it's up to Tahr.
Oh, Tahr's gone. He's doing some drawings. What
I was doing an X, but it
You're
was
so-
being laggy, so...
Hey, Debura, what
This
the
is-
hell did you just hear? You said you heard some kind of creature. What the hell was that thing?
I can't tell what kind of creature. All I know is it is a creature down by the south.
Well,
Can you
what
do
it
an
sound like,
imitation
man?
of... Yeah, can you do an imitation of the sound? It's probably the best way for us to all work together.
May I ask the DM what kind of...
This is where Matt sends a secret message to Ray telling him what the creature was, so that Ray can do his best impression of it.
You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is.
Yeah, but what did he hear?
Well, it was like a sound. It was like, so not an actual like call of an animal, but it sounded like rustling. It sounded like something was making its way through the forest. It sounded like there was something nearby. You can kind of tell that it wasn't necessarily a person. It sounded like it was bigger than a person, but it doesn't make any. I'm not going to do like an elk call to simulate the sound, because it wasn't that kind of sound. No, but it was like the sound of something making its way through the forest, like rustling through the undergrowth, sort of thing.
Oh, so he didn't hear a creature. He heard rustling in the woods.
Something like a creature, just not a call, a mating call.
Right.
Shit, dog. This place give me the creeps.
Pardon me.
So what the hell we gonna do then?
I say we carry on going southwest and go up these nice pretty hills.
I'm with you, brother.
Yeah, I reckon that. Why not? We're here. Why, might be a nice pretty view at the top.
Okay, so let's say you more or less go straight across. The journey itself is relatively tricky. The hills aren't super difficult to traverse, but with a large cart and with an animal, it will make it harder. So do you want to leave the cart behind, or do you want to try and get it over the hills?
That's right. Brodie's awake now. He can walk. How are those ears doing, Brodie? You're right. Don't trip over him.
Too late.
So you're happy with just like unhitching it and just
Yeah.
moving
No
over?
mind doing that.
Yeah, that seems...
Yeah, man.
I mean, it did its job. We got the hot box on it.
Okay, so you unlatch Elke from the say the stirrups to carry the cart, and the 5-6 of you start to make your way across. They're not too high up the hills. In fact, they are relatively easily traversable without a cart. You need to give Elkie a little bit of a hand getting up them initially, a little bit nervous because it's not really her kind of thing, but she does start to kind of get used to it. And you guys make your way up and across. It probably takes a good, I would say, 2, maybe 3 hours to get across from one side to the other here. It does give you a vantage point. So as you're up on the hillside, you can see quite a bit around you. You can see the town that you came from, just in the distance. You can kind of see the caravans, you can kind of see bits and pieces of woodland that you recognize. And as you look in the other direction, you can start to see the other town, which is, I'm going to get rid of this, bear with me. Scale out a little bit. Okay, so you make your way across, and by the time you get to about here, give or take, you can start to see the outskirts of Varuk. Not too much from where you are at the moment. You can start to see shapes that you recognize as what would be a town. Doesn't look too big, looks to be relatively small, kind of average compared to what you've seen so far. You've been to kind of relatively large cities, you've been to fairly small, impoverished ones. This is kind of somewhere in the middle. Looks to be quite a lot of houses off in the distance, if from what you can see is correct. So you can kind of tell that you've not got too much further to go, and it shouldn't be too difficult to get across this last stretch. So you get to the bottom of the hillside, and again, whoever is going to be leading the way, we just need to do a survival check to see if you can get through the correct way.
Go there,
Oh,
T-Man.
baby.
It's all you.
My man.
Oh. T-Man?
Oh, sorry. I got 12. I was talking this whole time. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. Yeah, I got 12.
Okay. So being on foot, it does take a little bit longer to get out the other side than it did to get through the first half of the journey. So you start to make your way through the forest, and whether it be because it's starting to get darker, or whether it be it's because you just can't pick up on anything that might lead you towards the correct path, you start to go the right way, and then you kind of start to veer off a little bit this way and lead the group out this side. So you're a little bit further out than what you would have liked to have been, but still not too far off. You could have gone in a complete different direction. By the time you get to the outskirts of the forest, a good, like from one end to the other, a good kind of 4 hours or so has passed. It is starting to get a little bit darker now because it's veering towards kind of 6, maybe 7 o'clock in the evening. You have been traveling for about 4 or 5 hours from the town to where you are now. You're not entirely sure how long it would take you to get the rest of the way towards Varuk as a stopping point. But if you wish to have a rest there, you can. If you want to continue on, you can chance it and see how far you get before it gets dark.
I think
Are
this is a good opportunity for a rest.
Is that a body of water over the other side of the path?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Interesting. Could you zoom out on the map?
Yeah, well, So this is kind of where you are now. fact, let me do this because this will make it a lot nicer. So we'll just get rid of this. More or less here is where you've come out of this forest, this woodland area. So where you are, a path is not too far from where you are. You're probably talking a few hundred yards, pretty easy to get to. And then you know from the map and from the general direction that you could see to go from when you're on the hills. If you go south, you will go towards Varuk as well. In the far distance, you can see another wooded area, and there is a very large body of water much further off in the distance.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't know about you guys, but I find the idea of somehow floating down that water towards Ashtarak very tempting.
Well, unless you got a bloody big boat or we ride on the back of ELK, I don't think that's not a lot of chance.
Well, maybe we can fashion something from the trees surrounding us. I don't have the means to do that, but just spitballing.
anybody want to go down to that goddamn town?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do.
Any reason why we should?
Probably pretty interesting to see what people have to say, on the way. Like, it's pretty close to the Ashtarak destination.
Yeah. Some information we could gather from there before we head in to our final destination.
Yeah, plus I need some ELK food.
Oh, shit, yeah.
He eats grass. Look, see that? Grass. Hey, look over there. Grass. My God, look. More grass.
Not my ELK. He's been feeding her nothing but steak. That's why she's got the blood, the taste for blood.
Just eats flesh. Flesh-eating elk.
Yeah.
Got the only
Carnivorous
in the world. Excellent.
I was inspired by the what was that Greek myth about the horses?
I don't know.
What was the Greek myth about the horses?
I like the fact that I attempted to Google Greek myth about horses.
No, let's decide where we're going first.
The mares of Diomedes. That's it. They're man-eating horses.
Excellent. I reckon that we hit the path and head south to Varuk because we got we're still heading towards the final place, but Varuk might have useful information or amenities, or we may happen to run into somebody that we had previously met that might have some useful information.
Just feels important to go via the town.
It's the only town that we haven't been to.
I agree with the old dude.
Oh, thank you, Ron. It's very nice to. This is weird we're getting on. I don't like it, and I punch Ron on the chest.
Oh, shit.
I don't like it. Dislike me, you bastard.
And just give you a look. I don't even retaliate because you're so buff now.
I feel like changing my alignment because I'm agreeing with Albran.
So intimidating.
I'm officially lawful good.
I'm saying no just because it's not my party.
I actually bigged my chest up. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, I like it. It's good. Great.
This is not officially my party, so I'm saying out of it.
I'm sort of. I want to stay like this forever.
Got 24 hours.
Don't ruin my fun.
Hey, give it another 100 years, man. That shit's gonna sag like shit.
I don't know. Us dwarves only live till we're about 200, so I ain't got long left.
Can you just focus on? I can't even go high pitch no more.
Squeeze your
Hey.
balls.
I had to do that for it.
I say we'll hit the road and head south to Varuk.
Yeah.
I think that's
Just realised, Ray, that that's your keyboard right in front of the camera. I thought you
Yes,
had like fucking like dominoes laid out or something. I was like, I thought it was like your dice or something. I was like, what are those slates? It's your fucking keyboard.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, sorry.
Some fucking hard.
So Varuk, let's
player.
fucking go. Let's stop talking, man. Let's get going.
let's go to Varuk.
Let's go. There you go.
I'll do with that card right about now.
Oh, that's all right. Up on, and I'll give him a piggyback.
So the journey there wouldn't take you that long if you had the car. Walking on foot, it does take at least a good few hours. So you head down this road, which is an incredibly barren walk, to be honest. The path itself, it looks as though it's used fairly regularly, or was, at least in the past, but there is very little around. Obviously, you have got the forested area far on the right-hand side as you're walking south, and the body of water there. But aside from that, there isn't really anything around. It's, again, kind of plains, nothing really to see as you make your journey there. But again, the one constant that you find is that the closer and closer you come towards the southwest of this country, it does start to get darker and darker, almost with each step now. Even though the sky is very clear, you feel like everything, it's almost like a sense of everything closing in on you. You almost, now that you're getting towards this town, feel as if you've got eyes upon you, that someone or something is watching your every movement now that you're getting this close towards this destination. And it does make you feel a little bit uneasy as you get close.
I see you.
Hey, dog, you feel that? You feel me?
I don't feel anything.
Someone watching us, man.
I don't feel that feeling as well.
What you lot are talking about? It's just dark.
Roll your eyes at him, man. You made him talk like a Smurf.
So as you make your way there, a good, as I say, like 2-3 hours go by, and you can start to see the town off in the distance. The one striking thing, now that you are obviously much, much closer and you can make things out clearer, is that there is practically no one to be seen. You start to get a good, a few hundred yards away from the town, close enough to start to see, what would be people walking around the streets, and, to make out figures. But you can't see anyone for the life of you in the town. And even though it is later, it is early evening now, it is, time for everyone to kind of, settle up, go home, relax for the evening. So very few shops would be open, for example. No one is around from where you can see coming in at this end of the town. And as you get even closer, something else becomes apparent, which is that a lot of the buildings, and they are quite humble buildings, they don't look to be extravagant. They're normal, just kind of 1 or 2 story houses, look in disrepair. They look to be windows broken, boards from the sides of the building broken off, thatched roofs, there are holes in them, and it looks as though the houses and the buildings in this town have fallen into disrepair and haven't been patched up for a very long time. If you get to the end of the town, it's laid out pretty plainly. There are a couple of rows of houses, a couple of columns. So you've got kind of 2 houses astride either side of the main path that walks through the town. And you have a look around and you can't see anyone. So you just kind of stand and wait at the edge of town to see if you can see any movement, but nothing.
A nice survival check and to track undead.
You can survival track. You can do a survival check, but checking for undead specifically would be different. You can see if you find anything though.
I've got undead as a favored enemy, which means that it is within my skills to track the undead.
Okay. Yeah, go on then. Roll for survival.
All right then. Roll for survival. I got a 13.
Okay. So if you're searching for them specifically, you can roll with advantage. So did you roll twice or just the once?
Just the once, so I'll do it again. Yeah, keep it at 13.
Okay. So you're a bit wary about venturing too far into the town at this stage on your own, but just kind of having an initial check at the outskirts of it, you can't see anything that would tell you that anything undead has been by here. But what you can see is that there are a lot of tracks in the floor from like boot prints. Now, it looks as though not too long ago, you can't quite tell how long ago, but definitely within the last 24 hours, there has been a surge of people that have come through here recently.
Can we just walk into the town? Let's just walk down and see what happens, and maybe roll perception. See.
We always try a tavern because we need to have some of the best, don't we?
The place is dead. We just walk down the middle and just have a look around. What do you reckon?
I could use an action and expend one ranger spell slot to see if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, or undead, or fiends within 1 mile.
Yeah, as we're walking through.
Yeah. That doesn't even sound like I need to roll. Just sounds like I just spend a
Just
a
do
spell.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Primeval awareness. All right. I'll wander through with you guys.
So as you start to make your way through the town, you can see it's bigger than what you first thought it would be, because you can see that it stretches quite a bit. This main road that leads through the center of the town, it stretches quite far. Despite that, the town itself is all very samey. It looks as though there are, again, kind of 2 houses either side of this path for quite some time. It doesn't look like the look of the houses changes either. They're all almost identical in layout and structure. And likewise, it looks as though a lot of the houses, they look to be, again, in disrepair. There are window panes missing. A couple of them have front doors completely missing. There are bits and pieces of the building work hanging off. So it does seem a bit unusual to everyone that despite such a big town, there are this many houses that are in this bad a condition. Let's say you get to roughly a quarter of the way down this main road leading through the town. Roll a perception check for me, everyone.
Shit. 3.
21.
14!
First in.
Yes, thank you for joining in.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so most of you can't really tell if there is anyone about. You know, it looks, for all intents and purposes, like the place is deserted and has been for a little while. Albran can pick up a couple of things that the others can't, though. So one immediate thing that he notices is these tracks that were at the edge of town that Tahr kind of pointed out to everyone. They do continue down this main road, and you can't quite tell how many sets of footprints there are because it looks as though like a lot of boot prints have come through this part on top of each other. But it does look as though there is at least a dozen or so different boot prints, if not more. You also do feel, and you're not entirely sure where it's coming from, you're not entirely sure if you're being paranoid, but likewise, you do feel that there is, again, this sense of someone watching as you're making your way through the town.
Shit, I ain't got a goddamn idea what the fuck's going on here.
Well, loads of people have been brought through here, and I suppose it might be something to do with those old people traffickers we were dealing with. Do you remember them?
I do. Did you remember they were saying that it was the Ashtarak lot, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense that maybe the local town was suffering from, because we're heading towards that way.
Exactly. So it could be the people traffickers were coming this way, because there seemed to be a lot of footprints.
Shit.
I'm just wondering if there's anything lurking about here, waiting for anyone looking.
Hey,
Do you ever get that feeling when somebody's watching you? Because I got that right now.
hey, yo, that's what I was just saying to you up the road, man.
Oh, did you have it up there? Well, I got it here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it feels like somebody's watching me. It's making me feel all weird, like they're undressing me with their eyes.
Undressing.
That's the shit.
That's me.
So weird.
And you guys talked around me, man.
Hey, what? We gonna follow these tracks? You say you see some tracks there, old man?
Can you imagine the dry mouth of having your tongue dragging on the floor for this long?
Just throw it over your shoulder, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Does your tongue hang low? Do you swing it to and throw? Do you tie it in a knot? Do you tie it in a bow?
Definitely balls, but yeah.
I know, but your tongue. I could sing about your balls, but I don't want to sing about your testicles.
You know, we had a goddamn bard in our team.
I'd prefer you not sing about my balls as well. All right. Well, can I do the primeval awareness thing?
Yeah, I was just having a look at that myself just to see how it works. Yeah, you basically expend a ranger spell slot to focus your awareness on the region around you. For a minute, you can sense whether there is a type of creature within a mile of where you are. It doesn't reveal the creature's location or number, but you can tell whether a type of creature is within a mile of where you are.
Okay. All right, well, let's do it. Might as well give us some clarity on whether we've got any creepy undead people around.
So how would you, as a character, how would you do this? Like, would you have like a ritual you do, or would you just kind of go into like a meditative state, or what do you do?
No, I'm not that kind of dragon. You guys just need to like give me a second. Just like push them back a little bit. Just give me a little space.
Come on, man. We ain't got time for this shit.
You can't see me, but I'm acting it all out, pushing you away. And then I've been going along, but a lot of the good stuff has been lost because you can't see me on camera. So I'm doing is I'm just sort of imagine Goku revving up for Super Saiyan, but with nothing actually happening.
So you're just screaming.
It's just no, without the screaming, but just sort of like, you know, like kind of clenching his fists and looking a bit constipated.
Okay.
And I was going, yeah, there's definitely.
There's something.
And then I let the DM actually tell me what I'm finding out.
Well, you can get a sense that there is something undead nearby. It does allow you to detect within a mile, so you wouldn't know exactly where it is. It is definitely closer than further away, though.
Do I know whether there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, either?
Well, no. So it is your so you can
No,
say,
I'm not. This is the primeval awareness I'm doing, not natural
So-
explorer.
yeah. No, so it is so it is any of those.
Yeah.
I'm going to say there is one of those types of things, but it doesn't say I have to tell you which type.
Okay. And there's all right, guys. There's definitely there's something weird here. There's something weird here, and it's something close. Because all I can tell you is that there's something goddamn creepy,
Oh, hell no. It's not on me, is it?
and it's not me.
Is it in my hair?
Your hair's not too bad right now, Ron. I
Ain't nothing in my hair then.
Since you de-aged, your hair's just looking damn stylish.
Oh, shit.
I say we investigate the buildings.
Well,
Can we just quickly investigate?
hey, Albran found some tracks.
Yeah, that's true.
We did.
Should we just follow the tracks? See what happens.
Well, I ain't got a clue what's going on, so it's up to you, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
But with my 22 perception from earlier, can I at least tell what direction the tracks were moving in?
Yeah, they're continuing straight down the road that you're following at the moment.
No, just through the town.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hell we doing?
This town's useless to us unless it's all it's revealing is the lack of people and the damage in Ashtarak. The damage is coming from Ashtarak. So
Hey, yo, maybe they're inside, man. Ron goes over and kicks open a door.
just that. Oh,
Is it kicking a random door open? There's a lot of dust that kicks up. There's a lot of dirt that kicks up. Having a quick peek inside, you can see that it's almost like a one roomed, like a studio kind of flat thing. So you look in, and in one room, it's like a sitting area, dining area, kitchen, and it doesn't look like it's been too long since someone's been there, but it's definitely been more than a week or two.
Shit.
Well, without sounding like an old fuddy-duddy, perhaps if the door isn't too fucked, we shut it, lock ourselves in here, and have a rest.
Sounds like a plan.
That's a good idea, man.
yeah, I'm up for that. I think it sounds like we've got quite the journey ahead of us.
Yeah, that's one of the best ideas you ever had, man.
Well, thank you very much. I've only been hanging around with you now for about 6 months, but I take it.
Yeah, we should do that.
And on that restable note, we call it a night.
Yeah. It's a good time to call it a night.
think if we were to continue on, potentially the next decent rest point would be in at least another hour. So, yeah, I mean, I'm all right with calling it a night there because probably want to get early night tonight. So,
In that case, long rest, locked in room. Good night, y'all. So fast approaching the end of the journey to the end of the rise of Astaraak. Getting interesting now. A few more sessions left before it will come to a climax. But thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching. Good night, all.